If she's old enough to cut her own food, who am I to judge? It's Kiss with Christine 16.
Nice.
How crazy is that?
And meanwhile, they're what, like 70 now singing that song?
Yeah. Of course, the age limit kind of raised when Winger came on the scene was 17.
17.
Yeah. What I find really funny, though, is even the band Chicago had a song about a girl who was 16.
They're rock stars. They all fuck underage girls.
I guess, but I think 16 is an interesting age that they would pick that to write a song about.
Well, there's a lot of history behind that of 16-year-olds fucking these rock stars.
I guess.
There's plenty of it. I mean, there's public ones. Obviously, Ted Nugent with Courtney Love.
Well, there you go.
Wasn't she 16 or 15 or something?
Well, she claims to be, yeah, as if that actually took place. But
I've never seen him claim it didn't happen.
True.
So if it didn't happen, I'm sure he would have stepped right up and said, "No fucking way, no."
Isn't it interesting that people say like a Courtney Love who gained some notoriety in her own right, that somehow, some way that she was involved with like another notable rock star?
Sure.
Isn't that weird?
It is.
Even at such a young age.
Yeah, that's how they get the bug for the business, probably, is by, hooking up or something like that. They get in there and then they either become one of those plaster caster bitches or they go and form a band to be part of that business.
Yeah, and somehow, some way they just become, have some notoriety in their own right.
I got to be honest, I never understood the Courtney Love thing. Hole was a terrible band.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
I didn't like anything that they did.
But the only thing is that she was able to capitalize on the popularity of Nirvana.
Sure.
I mean, had her involvement with Kurt Cobain and Nirvana not existed, she would have never made it.
Oh no way. But I mean, I was a Nirvana fan and I listened to it and was like,
well, it's not because it was comparable. It was just because of her association with it that she even got a chance at it.
Yeah, but people liked it. I mean, they did 2 or 3 records. It's not like they were one and done. They did a few albums.
Well, that's true, but the thing is would people have liked it if she was not Courtney Love involved with Kurt Cobain?
Oh, probably not, no.
That's kind of my point.
Yeah. Oh, I know, but I mean, people still don't buy I mean, do you buy bands because some other band said that they might be good?
Yeah, I think people do. I think we talked about that earlier tonight, how people were just, led into doing stuff, whether they like it or not.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can only think of one time ever in my life that I ever did that, and I actually ended up liking the band, but it was in 90... When was I'm Broken out?
96?
I think it was before that. That was what? Far Beyond Driven.
Yeah, so it was 95.
94.
Oh, 94?
Somewhere in there. And Anselmo had a Crowbar t-shirt on. And I went and bought Crowbar only because Anselmo had the Crowbar t-shirt. I just assumed it would be good.
Okay.
And it was. And it was. And I was like, okay, this is cool. That's the only time in my life I can ever remember doing that.
Yeah, because their music was slow and fat.
Yeah, like me now.
Well, here's that Chicago song. Listen to this.
you go.
Sweet 16, mighty fine in those tight blue jeans. Come on to me, little Miss Lovin'.
Dude, while we're sort of musical here for a minute,
yeah,
we didn't touch this, and I can't believe we haven't talked about it. What do you think about Vinnie Vincent stunningly canceling the appearances?
Well, we called that.
Yeah,
I mean that's not a stunning surprise. I mean, we did call that. We said we said if those shows go off, that'll be a surprise.
Yeah, and sure as shit, they didn't, and he's blaming the promoter, of course.
Of course.
You know, it's all the promoter's fault. And the promoter, dude, this is the thing. He spelled it out in some statement, and I can't find it, nor am I going to look for it. I don't care. But he said something about, well, the promoter didn't get me my money in advance of whatever. You know, my thought is, what dummy in their right mind would give Vinnie Vincent money in advance? Like all of the payment before he showed up. Who would do that?
Nobody. But the thing is this promoter for these supposed shows is the same dude that brought him out for the whole the Kiss convention, and he had a big falling out with that guy.
Yeah.
And then somehow he patched it all up, and you know, this guy was willing to take a chance on him again, and he still fucked him.
He fucked him again, and now, and Vinny even said in his statement today, he said, but I'm still willing to work with him.
Yeah, of course. Translation,
no one else will touch you. You're fucking kryptonite.
Right.
He is fucking nuclear fallout.
Of course. But, you know, but the thing is that this guy, I don't know.
Derek Christopher.
Yeah, he's like an Uber fan. And so he'll take a fucking, you know, as many times as it takes because he's got something to prove, or it's just like, oh, you know, I was the guy who brought Vinny back out and blah, 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 you know.
I saved the legacy.
Yeah, that's his only claim to fame. And it's just like, dude. And again, this goes back to the whole, you know, fuck me once, shame on you. Fuck me twice, shame on me.
Sure.
Well, this promoter guy, he should be ashamed of himself for even allowing him to change venues and then, you know, do this and do that and cancel out and, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, do you really believe that it's about money, or do you think money was an excuse?
Well, I think money is an excuse because I don't think Vinny can perform.
Yeah.
I really don't. I really don't. I mean, we talked about this at length before. Yeah. I just don't think he is capable of performing.
Yeah. And there were statements out there like as much as a week in advance, like last week, from whichever Appice was supposed to be playing with him. I think it was Carmine.
Carmine was supposed to play with him.
That said, yeah, haven't rehearsed once, haven't had a call about coming anywhere to do a rehearsal.
Yeah, of course.
Why does... And I'm still at a loss, and I will invite anybody that's listening right now to call in, and I won't shit on you. I just honestly would love to know, what is the appeal about this guy? Why is everybody so driven to need to see this guy A, succeed, or B, fail? Because I don't get it. Do you get it at all? I mean, I don't get what the deal is.
Not in the least. I don't get it either, because it's just like, I've seen enough footage of his appearances and his quote-unquote ability or lack of ability to know that this guy still cannot play.
But even taking that out of the mix, the guy did one record, right? I mean, he did one Kiss record.
Yeah, he did one Kiss record, and he had a couple of Vinnie Vincent Invasion records.
Yeah, but those weren't successful, not really.
You know, he had a couple MTV videos and, you know, whatever, but
I mean, he's not as big as Slaughter, for God's sakes. Honestly, he didn't have as much success as Slaughter that came out of the Vinnie Vincent Invasion. So why is there such a fucking buzz about this guy? Is it just because of the insanity of Kiss?
It's the mystique.
Of him being hidden, or is it because he was in Kiss?
No. Well, because he was in Kiss, but because he's been gone off the scene for so long.
Because, I mean, I see all of the Kiss people that I know have an opinion on this, and they're so passionate about, I knew Vinnie was going to fuck this up, and people are blaming Vinnie, and it should be Derek Christopher that's getting blamed.
Really?
There's all kinds of both sides of this argument, like everything else in the world. And I'm just like, who gives a fuck about this fucking hack guitar player who at most has 30 recorded songs? It's not like he was some fucking, he's not Stevie Ray Vaughan, for fuck's sake. He's just some dude.
Yeah, he's a noodler.
Yeah. And one that did not have a long life in the music business. And people are just acting like this fucking guy was like, Joe Satriani or something. And he just wasn't. I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't either. Hail and Kill Caller, you're on the air.
It's the train wreck factor, guys.
You think so?
Yes. Definitely the train wreck factor. Why would you stop and watch a wreck going down the road? Because you want to see it.
So do you think that most, and I'm really asking because I don't know, but do you really think that most of the people that are begging for this comeback from Vinnie are expecting him to fail?
Yeah, I would say most of them are.
Really?
Oh, no shit.
You got to. Did you guys watch the video of him?
We did.
Yeah.
It was terrible. He was, that right there was enough to make me want to watch him go fall on his face.
But would you book flights and hotel and buy a ticket just to see that?
Well, I'm an hour away, so I was gonna go.
If it was here in Cleveland, would you come up to see it?
No.
See, that's the thing that baffles my mind. When he did Atlanta, when he did the quote unquote comeback in Atlanta,
the meet and greet thing, yeah.
People flew in from all over the fucking country. People that we know on the show, the Decibel Geek guys, the Talking Metal guys.
And boy, he shit on Cisnak. He shit on him bad.
Yeah, he did. He totally did. He shit on him hard because he tried to book him at Rockin' Pod.
Yep.
But even that, and I'm not shitting on Chris. I consider Chris to be a friend. But Chris is one of those guys that really, really, for good or bad, and I'm not again not shitting on him, but for good or bad, he will cover Vinnie Vincent everything that Vinnie does. And that's where I get lost is why does everybody care?
It's got to be the mystique. He's been gone for that long, and then to come back, I don't know. You asked if I'd drive 5 hours to see him. No, but I would drive 5 hours to see Dawkins.
Well, that's just sand there.
Well, I did a couple weeks ago. I drove 5 hours to go see Dawkins.
Where did you see him?
Springfield.
Oh, you went to the Springfield.
Come on, Neeley.
You went to the Springfield show?
Yes, I got a real good friend who got me backstage.
Oh, okay. I didn't know this was you, but
yeah. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
This is Corey. He's got a son named Dawkins.
Oh, so Child Services is now investigating.
Well, tell me about your experience. Did Don treat you okay?
Dude, yes. By far the best experience we've ever had. And we've met a lot of people. Last time I talked to you guys, we talked about that. We have met a lot of people, and by far, Don was the best. It was really good. I was kind of thinking it was going to be a 5-minute, hi, how you doing? Thanks for coming, get the fuck out.
Right.
But definitely not. Definitely not. Guys, come sit down.
Was it before or after the show?
After the show.
Okay, so he was probably a little more relaxed and not pressed for time or anything, so that's cool.
Yeah, we spent probably close to an hour backstage with him.
Holy shit, that's more than I would want. That's
Well, dude, I will tell you that I was back and forth on the text with Don about finding you, getting you backstage. identifying you, making sure that you got taken care of, and finally he found you, and he says they're here.
Yeah, dude, it was, and I was kind of panic mode, because it was kind of unorganized, that whole thing.
Gee, what a surprise.
Shocking.
Yeah, no shit. It wasn't Don and them. It was that club was it was a small club.
Well, that's how it goes at small clubs, dude. I don't think I've ever experienced a small club where they're ever organized. Nobody knows what they're doing half the time anyway. But go ahead.
Well, it was, we got there and it was, there's nobody there. There's nothing. So I found the club manager and I said, man, look, I got a question. I've had some friends be able to get me backstage. I said, I just want to know where I need to go after the show so you guys don't run us out. He said, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, oh, here we go. So I pull out the email and start showing him stuff. He said, I don't know that guy. And he's a young kid, 20s maybe. So I'm starting to get a little agitated. And I said, look, I don't know what else to tell you. Afterwards, can you find Don and just say, hey, these guys are here saying they need to meet you. He knows. He's aware. But he's like, I can't do that. You're going to have them contact us. So that's when I started emailing you back. But it's kind of funny because after the show, he's the one who got us and said, you guys can come on backstage now.
Nice. So Neeley, Don didn't have like passes or anything?
No, they don't have passes, but I was in constant contact with Don. I said, hey, these people are here. They want to come back. He said, yeah, I remember who they are. And I said, the club manager is giving them guff. I said, could you make sure that they get taken care of? So I'm sure once he got off stage, he probably told him, hey, are there some people out there to see me?
Well, he actually recognized us from the ground.
Right.
Yeah. So he, it was like a light bulb hit him. He said, it looked at us and he said, is he Doc? And I said, yeah. And he said, okay. Well, then he come to us after the show and said, give me 15 minutes and I'll send somebody up.
All right.
So we just hung around and that club manager come back and got us and took us downstairs.
And then when you got back and was with Don, you said, fuck you. You can go now, club manager. I told you what I was doing here.
Well, it was funny because I won't get into everything, but we're sitting there talking, and he's got a check in cash for Don. And he's just standing there like, do I come up and say something with these people, strange people sitting here? And it was, Don was like, come on over, man. And he kind of talked and, did his business, which was really cool to witness some of.
All right.
Well, you know what I mean. I mean, he was getting paid. The club manager was paying him. And,
oh, my God. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he got a check?
Yeah, he got a check. He got paid. He didn't have to pay them.
Should have had your kid step up and said, I'm docking, goddammit. Give me the check.
Yeah, seriously, man.
He was eyeballing that money like, Dad, can I have some of that? Yeah, that was... But no, my kid was excited. You say something about him. He talked about that nonstop, and he's probably the shyest kid. And Don was talking to him, and he was talking back. He was excited.
So Don spoke words, and your kid spoke words, and it went back and forth between the two?
This is amazing.
Yeah, definitely did.
Wow.
Well, you got to understand, okay, my son's autistic. So that's a big barrier. He doesn't, it's everybody's strange to him, if that makes sense.
Well, everybody's strange to me too, but I don't consider that a disability.
I guess.
Who is this on the phone, Chris? I don't recognize this voice. Who is this guy?
Hang up, quick. He's talking and expects us to talk back.
I got you.
Go ahead.
But it was. I'm sorry. It was really cool. I just wanted to call and say I appreciated everything.
You better appreciate it. God damn it! It took me half a day to get this arranged.
Well, he did tell us. He said next time we're close, you know how to get in touch with me now. You do it, and we'll bring him up on stage. And
what do you mean? You know how to get him in touch with him? You mean through me?
Yeah, he said he's got some personal friend named Wendell.
His new publicist.
Yeah, you know how to get a hold of me. Just text Neeley, and he'll take care of it for you.
That's exactly what he said.
Of course.
Of course. Now that sounds like Don.
Yeah, that's more like Don. He's just get a hold of Neeley, and he'll get a hold of me. I'll have my people get a hold of his people.
That's exactly how it was.
Wendell, handle my business for me,
Yeah,
would you?
you know what? Take care of this. Will you get my settlement for me? And if that club manager doesn't want to pay, would you go beat his ass?
Yeah, and then go fix the fucking sound guy while you're at it.
Right.
No. Oh, God. You must not have heard about that.
Oh, well, tell us.
Well, there was some mix-up.
Well, don't hold back. Just tell us how it actually happened. Go ahead.
Well, I think the back line got booked twice because he didn't introduce us to the other guy, but there was some guy there, and he just kept saying, "That's okay, boss. You cost me money. It's all right, boss. You cost me money." Don kept telling some guy that, and I don't know who he was. So I think because he was carbon copied on some emails, and there was some back and forth that I think that guy missed. I think there was 2 back lines booked and cost Don a little bit of money.
Don cannot win for losing, can he?
No.
He fucking gets fucked on every show.
I don't think he had a problem this time. It was John. John was having issues with the guitar.
Yeah, of course.
Sound.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because his amps were fucked.
It wasn't Don.
Yeah, it was his amps were fucked.
Yeah. It was a good show, though.
Of course it was. You drove 5 hours to see it.
In the snow.
Oh, boy. That would have been great if they fucking just didn't play. You got all the way there and sign on the door, canceled, because there's 2 back lines. We can't figure out which one to use.
Right. Well, dude, I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad you got to hang out and you enjoyed your time, and your son got to hang out with Don, and he was good to you guys.
Oh yeah, he was awesome to us, and I really appreciate it. I mean, it was by far the best experience.
All right, now go buy $1,600 worth of merchandise, will you?
He didn't have but one shirt.
No, I'm talking about my merchandise, fucker.
I got it. I'm buying it right now. Hey, I appreciate it, guys. Hell and kills. Fuck you, pal. And hand job.
I know I had told you about that.
Yeah.
But that's what happens. It's like,
I know it's always a mess.
It's just like I was texting with Don and John. It's just like, listen, I got some friends over there. They're coming out to see the show. They want to come back and say hey and all that. And it's like, that's cool. If they pass your test, it's cool with us.
Right.
And I met Corey almost 2 years ago already at Loud and Lima.
Right.
And
right,
I reminded Don who he was, and he was just like, yeah, it's cool if he wants to come back. And then he's emailing me the whole time. This club manager won't give Don a message that I'm out here and stuff. What am I going to do?
Nice.
So I'm texting Don, hey, they're out there. I don't know how to get them back. I mean, obviously I'm like 500 miles away. What am I going to do?
Yeah, well, get in your car and get over there.
Yeah,
dude.
sure. But obviously, Don was just like, well, I'm off stage. I'm cooling off. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to find them. This is Don doing this.
Right.
For me. This guy could have just got back on the van and went back to the hotel and said, fuck it.
Yeah. Fuck this kid.
Yeah, but instead he was just like, well, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to find them. I'm going to make sure this manager has them come back.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
Yeah, thank God, or else he'd have changed the kid's name to Lynchbone.
But that's the whole thing, And again, this is not some endorsement, but the fact is that when I see comments online that Don's a dick and he's this and he's that, and then I get calls like this where people go, man, he was the greatest and he treated us good and he found, he hung out with us for an hour. It's like, okay, where was he the dick?
Yeah. I mean, he's always been. I mean, obviously I was working with him for a while, but we've been friends with him forever.
Yeah, I've known Don for 25 years. Other
than the one time he hung up on me, which that was kind of fair, I guess. But other than that, he's always been cool. Always, no matter, dude. The time I always think about when he should have been a dick and was not a dick was that night when the World Series of Metal happened.
And that was a really good show.
Yeah, but it was fucked up that he literally got in from another country.
He came in from Wacken, from Germany.
Yeah, he came in from Germany, played at God knows what time.
It was midnight because I was there
on a Sunday. It was on a Sunday.
It was a Sunday night. Yeah, it was a Sunday night.
Yeah, and you guys had called over to us and said, "Hey, could you announce on the air that anybody that wants to check out Dockin tonight at midnight or whatever gets in free or something?"
Yeah,
because we were trying to put people in the seats because it was so fucking late.
Yeah,
and we did, and then but he could have totally been a dick and said, "Look, I'm not fucking playing at midnight on a Sunday."
Well, even your friend Mitch, said, "Well, we can just tell the fans that a pipe burst backstage or something like that, and you guys can't go on." And Don said, "Fuck that! These people are here. We're here. We're going to play."
Yeah, and they did,
and it was a really good show.
It's one of their better.
And the thing is that that's the only show that I ever heard them play "Change the World" from Erase the Slate.
Right. Yeah, it really was, and it was so late. That was what was crazy. It was on a Sunday night, midnight on a Sunday.
But they played, and man, they played great.
And they played a long set too.
They did. They played almost 2 hours. I think they ended up closing at 2.
Right, because I think the club owner was like, "You guys got to get the fuck out of here."
It was good. It was good. It was real good. Hail and Kill caller, you're on the air.
Hail and Kill boys, just calling back. Done. Her shit's out. Fuck you. You're out.
Well, what did you do?
What did I do?
Yeah, what did you do?
I shot her a text and said, "Yeah, I think we're not making any progress here."
You said you don't think we're making any progress? That's really what you said?
Yeah, all your shit's on the fucking front porch.
Good for you.
Well, since you guys were talking Dockin, and because the Classic Metal Show is really the Classic Dockin show, can I tie in a really cool Dockin story?
Well, please do, because we've only got 5 more minutes, so go ahead.
Okay. That involves this fucking bimbo, this nigger dick sucker.
Wow. Okay.
Our very first date was my birthday back in July, and we went and saw Dockin here locally in Fort Worth, Texas, at this club that is now defunct called the Rail Club, because it's defunct because one of the quote unquote partners embezzled $83,000. Anyway, yeah, the club's done. But Dockin played that night, and I was like, "Dude, Dockin's playing on my birthday. This is this fucking nigger dick sucker's chick at our first date." And she's like, "I love Dockin." Whether she likes Dockin or not, I don't know. But we went and got close enough to the stage, and there was one part of the show where I just cupped my hands around my mouth and I yelled at John Levin. I said, "John Levin, you're a bad motherfucker!" And he turned around and waved and smiled and all that shit. Halfway into the set, Mick Brown said something about, "Man, I sure could use a Jim Beam and Coke." And if there's one goddamn thing I know about listening to the Classic Metal Show, is that Mick Brown loves him a goddamn Jim Beam and Coke. So I went to the bar and I bought him one, and I have played the Rail Club many times. And I was like, "Hey, hand this to Wild Mick," and they're like, "No, come around and hand this to him." So I got to go on stage and hand Mick Brown a Jim Beam and Coke. And I was like, wow, Mick, here you go, here you go, here you go. And I handed it to him. He's like, hey, man, thanks, brother. And John, Chris, and Don all turned around and looked at me like, what are you doing on stage? And I just waved at them and said, hey, Chris and Neeley said, hail and kill, fuck you, pal. And they all started laughing, and then that was it. So, anyway, that was our first date, and yeah, this chick's done. She's done. She's done. Done. So thank you guys. Wrap up your show. Hail and kill. Fuck you, pal. And I'm about to go give myself a fucking teary-eyed hand job. Bye.
Wow. A teary-eyed hand job.
A teary-eyed hand job.
Wow.
All right. I feel like we did our job tonight.
We did.
We convinced one guy to get rid of his cheating whore. Good for you, friend. Don't even think about the fact that Makembe Mutombo is just railing her right now. It's not important. Because you're free of her.
Right. Women they come, women they go. All of them trying to cage me.
Just dump them. Yeah. Get out of it. Good for you. Now go take a shit in that bag where all her shit is. And leave her a present. On that note, let's get out of here.
I'm done. We're out of here.
Fuck it. By the time you play songs, it'll be 3.
That's true. Well, Doc and bringing the world together.
Yes, how about that?
So funny. Don's funny. Yeah, yep. You know how to get a hold of me now.
Yeah, just call you.
Yeah, just call me. I'll take care of it.
That's right. Well, that's your job.
It is my job.
You're the head of publicity and security and finance in the Dockin camp.
Apparently so. All right, well, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to leave you with some Dockin. Right. Since the classic metal show means so much to so many and Dockin means so much to so many, I'm going to leave you with some Change the World from Erase the Slate.
All right.
Well, we're going to get out of here. We will be back next Saturday. The video portion of the show will be available via the BitChute.
Yes.
And where else?
On the classicmetalshow.com.
Okay.
Under videos.
Okay. classicmetalshow.com under the videos and BitChute. You can watch this show in video because you got to stare at us like mental patients.
Yeah, it's very intriguing.
It is. It's great. When are you going to get some chroma key on your green screen?
Well, because I got to replace the green screen. I've got a screen in there in the bedroom that I got to fix up. I bought a big old 10 by 20.
Okay.
I want to build out this studio a little bit, but I got to put in these fucking what are they called? Those little hole things, garrets or something. I bought them, whatever it is. It's like little holes that you can put hooks in a wall and hang it up. Oh
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Grommets.
Yeah, grommets. Gotcha.
So I got to put the grommets in the thing, and then I got to hang it up, and then I got to and then I'm gonna chroma key it out with. That's one of the reasons I don't want to do it live. Because when you do it live, it looks like shit. But, I still haven't got my lighting yet either. I ordered that shit 2 weeks ago. I still haven't got the lights, because, look at how fucking dark I am. It's all fucking dark. It's I still have parts that have not arrived yet.
I gotcha.
Once they arrive, I'm going to redo this whole thing and make it look not as cool as yours with the fucking Library of Musical Congress behind you, but, I'll put something on it, kittens or something.
Nice.
Something fun.
Gotcha. All right, well, we're going to get out of here. We will be back next Saturday. We will do it all over again. So here's Docket from their Erase the Slate release. This is Change the World. So until next Saturday night, this is Neeley, along with my very good friend,
Riz Egan.
And we are gone.
Bye, kids.
Hi, this is Don Dokken, and you're listening to my good friend Neeley on The Classic Metal Show. Keep rocking with Dokken and all those others, band that kick ass.